Now on Weekend Sunrise, active shooting training here in Indianapolis today. Local, state, and federal officials, more than 600 of them, will be here for a major drill. I'm Matt McCutcheon. More on that coming up live.
Plus, a deadly virus infects a local animal shelter. Coming up, how workers are getting rid of the infestation as dozens of cats have to be put down.
And we are starting off a little bit cloudy this morning, but we will enjoy a sunny finish to your Saturday. Great finish to your weekend as well. And the warming trend will continue through Monday. I'll have the details.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Weekend Sunrise starts now.
Good morning and welcome to our 8 o'clock hour of Weekend Sunrise on your Saturday morning. I'm Naomi Peskovitz here with Kelly Green, who's bringing us nothing but fantastic news today.
Really, it's going to be perfect. We have dry conditions and a lot of sunshine on tap for this weekend, so you'll really get a chance to enjoy really what is going to be minimal days left of this fall weather where we can actually enjoy time outside. We do have some clouds that are overhead, and those will continue to thin out as we head into the afternoon. In the meantime, we're starting to see the sun rise this morning, and the clouds are overhead, and that's keeping us pretty mild this morning at 53 degrees. We do have some breezes out of the west-southwest at 8 miles per hour. That southwesterly component will also keep us mild today. 53 is the current temperature in Marion, 55 in Kokomo, 53 in Indianapolis, 57 already in Bloomington. So we are going to see temperatures climbing quickly today. Again, the clouds are still around, but we'll see them thinning out as we head into the afternoon. And we have those sprinkles that will start to diminish as well. Today, sunny skies this afternoon, just a gorgeous fall day. Temperatures today will be climbing into the low 70s. 70 degrees the high for tomorrow, and Monday, temperatures will soar to 77 degrees. The average high for this time of year 62. Now we are going to see some changes moving in, and I'll have all those details, including your Halloween forecast, coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
New on Weekend Sunrise, a person is waking up in the hospital this morning after being shot on the city's northwest side overnight. It happened just before midnight in the 3400 block of Ashway Drive near the intersection of 34th and High School. The victim was transported to Eskenazi and is expected to be okay. No word on any suspects in that case. More details are emerging now about a student who police say went on a shooting rampage inside a Washington State high school. Investigators say 2 of the victims were related to the suspected shooter, Jalen Freiberg. Students say Freiberg was staring at his victims as he shot them inside the Marysville-Pilchuck High School cafeteria. 2 people are dead, including Freiberg. A motive is unclear, but one student says Freiberg had recently gotten into a fight with another boy over a girl. And this morning, we want to give you a look at what our community is doing to make sure incidents like the one that unfolded in Washington don't happen here. Sunrise reporter Matt McCutcheon joins us live in Lawrence from East 56th Street. Matt, good morning. What's happening there today?
Naomi, good morning. More than 600 people from state, local, and federal offices will all gather here today for an active shooting scenario. Of course, this is top of mind with everything that happened this week, both in Seattle, Washington, as well as California, even Canada as well. Joining us live this morning is Gary Woodward with the Lawrence Police Department. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What's a little bit more of what's going to happen here today?
Sure, there will be over 600 first responders from federal, state, and local law enforcement and public safety agencies that will be here training. The purpose is to identify strong points, identify things that need to be worked on, and make sure that everybody collaborates, works together on a major response to an event that could happen in a facility like this.
What are some of the lessons that can be taken away from some of these scenarios that will be here today?
Sure. One of the biggest things is communications. Communications is one of the first things that is challenged when the system gets overwhelmed. So we're going to test that infrastructure and see how it works in this building. And then the communication between the various agencies that will be here, and making sure that an incident like this can be managed very well.
And to that end, this is something that if there were to be a situation like this in, say, Indianapolis, this would require a lot of different agencies working together.
Oh, it would require the response of not only Marion County agencies, federal, state, and local, but the contiguous counties as well. An event here, a major event, would be a large undertaking. It's a huge building, the 3rd largest in the federal government. So you better be prepared, and the way to do that is train ahead of time.
What are some of the things that the individual officers or emergency responders who go through these sort of scenarios and drills, what are some of the lessons they say they come back with or that they've learned?
Well, this is a full functional cross-functional exercise, so they'll be geared up just like they would in a live event. So not only are they getting to test their own individual equipment, our own preparations, our own tactics, and then the interagency cooperation and communication and the ability to mesh together to accomplish the task.
All right, Gary Woodruff, thank you very much for joining us live this morning. And again, this all gets underway here at 10 o'clock this morning, goes to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of lessons to be learned throughout all of this. So if you see a lot of police presence here in this area along 56th and Post Road, don't be alarmed. I'm Matt McCutcheon reporting live, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Matt, thank you so much for your report. We'll see you back here in a little bit. Well, an outbreak of a virus at Indianapolis Animal Care and Control has killed dozens of cats at the city's animal shelter. The virus has a big name, panleukopenia. Shelter employees say it's highly contagious and almost always deadly. Shelter employees noticed the first case of the virus 2 weeks ago, but soon realized more than 100 cats had been exposed. That's why they're closing their doors to any more cats for the next 2 weeks as they disinfect and decontaminate the shelter.
If they're bringing us cats, we're not going to have any choice but to euthanize them.
To give up, and if you need food or litter for it, they will give it to you for the next 2 weeks until they can get that shelter decontaminated. So pay attention there. If you're trying to bring a cat there, now is not the time to do it. Just stop by and grab some food until you can bring that cat back later. All right, switching gears here. Kelly Green is here with wonderful news on your Saturday.
Yes, it is just going to be a fantastic weekend. Today, if you are coming to our community Shred It Day, here are the temperatures. We will see temperatures climbing quickly this afternoon into the low 70s. It is going to be a beautiful day. I'll have details on that as well as your Halloween forecast coming up.
Plus, haunted house safety, what state inspectors are checking for to make sure you and the actors stay safe this Halloween. Plus, keeping your pet safe around all that Halloween candy. Coming up, our pet vet tells us what to keep away from your furry friend. Welcome back. 8:09 on your Saturday morning, and haunted house operators are preparing for a busy weekend this week before Halloween. And state safety inspectors, they are quite busy too. The Department of Homeland Security says the state has a few more haunted houses registered this year compared to last year. Fire marshals visit the haunted houses and put them through a series of safety checks, looking for everything from extension cords to overcrowded electrical outlets to working smoke detectors. At Necropolis at 25th and Shadeland, there are security cameras above and beyond state requirements. They train staff to keep an eye on customers, but also to make sure staff members are not hurt by overexcited visitors.
You know, everybody has a different reaction being scared. Some people stop, some people run, some people, you know, there's a million reactions. As long as they're not getting aggressive to our actors. Now, our actors are trained how to handle that situation also, which would be simply to disappear.
Whether your haunted house has passed state inspection, just go to our website, WTHR.com. Well, Halloween is now less than a week away, and chances are you still have some sweet treats laying around your house for the kids. Jeremy Brilliant spoke with our pet vet earlier this week about ways all around Halloween this year.
And it's not just the chocolate that could be harmful to your pets. Halloween, while fun for us humans, could be scary for Fluffy and Spot. With some tips on how to keep your pets safe during the holiday is our pet vet, Dr. Jennifer Crow. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
It is kind of scary because the dogs and cats have a lot of things going on Halloween, especially trick-or-treat evening. Tell us a little bit about kind of those fears that they have.
So it's not just the chocolate we have to be worried about. There's doorbells ringing and costumes, and so it's kind of scary for our dogs and cats. There's also candles that we put out and pumpkins, so there's some risk of fire and being hurt. If you decide to dress up your pet, you want to make sure it's a costume that they are going to be safe in, that they're not going to chew a piece off, and you're going to be opening up the doors. So we want to be careful they don't get out. If we have one that isn't as nice, we don't want any children getting bit. So one of the important things is to make sure that your pets are properly tagged, make sure your microchip information's up to date, so that, you know, if they get scared, if they get out, we can get them back home too.
And I know personally we have a really good watchdog, and she likes to bark a lot when people come to the door and gets very excited by that. It's not going to bite anybody, but she gets really excited. What do you do to kind of, besides putting her in the backyard or something like that, what do you do with an animal that just gets really excited when people come to the house, and that night dozens of people are coming to the house?
So sometimes you have to talk to your vet about something to help calm them down, or something to give them to do, so that they have something fun that they're going to do while all this excitement's going on.
Your pet should always have a hobby anyway. All right, let's talk about candy for a second here, because, you know, there is that kind of thought, maybe it's kind of a myth about chocolate being really dangerous, even lethal to especially dogs.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Chocolate contains a chemical called theobromine, and it is toxic to pets in high amounts, but that's true chocolate. So in most of the candies, there's not enough true cocoa to be harmful. It'll give them some upset tummy, there's some caffeine, they can get the jitters, but they have to ingest a lot of true cocoa. So the darker the chocolate, the more they ingest, the more chances we have of seeing things like heart abnormalities and even neurologic problems that could be fatal.
All right, so those are the issues, but of course you want to keep this away from them, because even small amounts can get them sick.
For us and our pets, it's all in moderation.
Absolutely. All right, Dr. Jennifer Crow, thanks so much for joining us. She's with the Fishers Veterinary Hospital. You can find more with her clinic at our website at WTHR.com.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. And still ahead on Weekend Sunrise, a tweet from Her Royal Highness. Coming up, what Queen Elizabeth had to say to her followers after joining, Twitter.
And we've started off with some cloud coverage this morning, but as you can see from our Kokomo WeatherBug cam, the clouds are thinning out. It is going to be a beautiful fall weekend. I'll have the details coming up on Weekend Sunrise.
Okay, you have 4 stories until weather. Thank you. Here comes the desk. Can you hear Lauren?
No, I'm on 4.
She's on 4. She said she can't hear her. Okay. You're not on your Anchor IFB?
I can't hear on 3, which is what I'm normally on.
She can't hear on 3 when she's normally on, so she switched to 4.
And welcome back, 8:16 on your Saturday morning. A look at downtown Indianapolis. Looking a little hazy, but Kelly tells us that those clouds are thinning. It is going to be a beautiful Saturday, the perfect day to get outside and prepare for Halloween less than a week away. Well, the human remains found last week have been positively identified as those of missing University of Virginia student Hannah Graham. Yesterday, investigators wrapped up their search where the remains were found about 12 miles away from campus. But the police department says they will want to hear from anyone who lives in the area who might have seen suspicious activity after Graham's disappearance. Graham disappeared on September 13th after a night out with friends. Police in California have captured a man they say shot and killed 2 officers. The shooting happened during a carjacking outside of Sacramento yesterday. Another officer was shot, but his condition is unknown this morning. A woman is also wanted in connection with the shooting. Police are still searching for her. A former Marion County sheriff who lost his battle with cancer this week will be laid to rest in the week ahead. The public visitation for Sheriff Jack Cotty is next Tuesday from 2 to 8 p.m. at the Crown Hill Funeral Home. A Catholic Mass will be held at St. Peter and Paul Cathedral Wednesday morning at 10. He will be buried at Crown Hill Cemetery. Well, Twitter has a new famous member. Britain's Queen Elizabeth has now joined. The Queen's first tweet welcomed visitors to a new exhibit at London Science Museum. She signed it Elizabeth R for Regina or Queen. So far, the British monarchy's Twitter account has more than 700,000 followers. I am one of those followers, although I must say, as I was looking to follow her, I just kind of typed it in the search box. There are many fraudulent accounts, so make sure you get the right one because it's kind of fun to see the Queen tweeting.
What's
pretty
going
cool.
on in her world?
Yeah,
what hat
exactly.
she's going to wear today?
Exactly. Speaking of which, it'll be a pretty nice weekend out there.
It really is. Hopefully you have plans outdoors. If not, make them because you are going to enjoy just some fantastic fall conditions. Checking out our satellite radar, we do have some clouds that have been overhead. That's actually kept us pretty mild. We even had a few sprinkles on live Doppler 13 radar earlier this morning, but it is pretty quiet across the area right now. Those clouds will continue to thin out as we head into the afternoon. Sunny and warm through Monday. Now we are also tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday, and cooler air will arrive by the end of the work week. So really just a great time to get out and enjoy this great weather this weekend. Here's a look from our Noblesville cam. Notice we do have some hazy skies overhead, so those will start to thin out as we head into the later hours this morning and into the afternoon. Also from our Sharpsville cam, kind of cloudy there as well. But again, we're going to see just a beautiful day, and those clouds have actually kept us very mild this morning. We're only falling into the mid-50s. It's 53 in Frankton, 58 in Rossville, 55 in Nineveh, and 58 degrees downtown Indianapolis. So very mild this morning. Now, future track this morning, shows that we do have the clouds that will be around this morning, but they will gradually thin out into what's going to be a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Winds will be out of the south, and that will bring in some warmer air today as well. Yesterday we got up to 66. Today we'll climb to 73 degrees, and the clouds will gradually thin out as we head into the afternoon. And highs top out around 70 degrees in Richmond, 72 in Noblesville, 70 degrees the high in Peru, 72 in Rushville, and 74 degrees in Nashville. Tonight, overnight low 44, which is actually pretty close to average for this time of year. Mostly clear and light breezes out of the west-northwest. Then during the day tomorrow, another beautiful day. Starting off at 44, temperatures climb to 70 degrees by in the later hours in the afternoon. And future track 13 on Sunday just keeps it very quiet all across the Midwest. And then as we head towards Monday, that's when we'll start to see some changes arriving. Some clouds move in Monday afternoon as a warm front lifts through. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 70s, and then by Tuesday early morning we could start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in. And looking towards the end of the work week, which is Halloween, we are going to see much cooler air beginning to move in. It will be a breezy Halloween, but it looks to be dry at this point. Last year, if you recall, we had the highest record rainfall for Indianapolis. Over 2 inches of rain fell on Halloween. It was really a soggy day, although we did get a high of 65 degrees Halloween last year, and the average high is 60 degrees. We're going to be running well below that, but at least it should be dry. Fingers crossed. Temperature 73 degrees for this afternoon, high of 70 for tomorrow. The warm spell continues on Monday, high of 77 degrees. As we head into Tuesday, that's when we'll start tracking some showers and some thunderstorms, and then cooler air begins to move in for Wednesday and Thursday. Halloween, high of only 51 degrees, breezy conditions, but right now it does look dry. Naomi?
Okay, Kelly, thank you. A healthcare worker is quarantined after helping patients with Ebola in Africa. Still ahead on Weekend Sunrise, why one state is making the isolation mandatory. And keeping your financial information safe can be hard if you don't have a shredder. Well, that's where we come in after the break. We're going to tell you about Channel 13's Shred It Day. It's coming up.
Steve Jefferson's stories floated the first one
Okay.
to the end of the block. We're in the cheese in about 2 stories, 2 or 3. It's going to drop the first one. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome back. Some of the best high school bands from around the country and from Indiana are taking the field at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's where the Bands of America Marching Championship is underway now. A little taste for you there. 45 bands are competing this weekend. The top 12 advance to the finals tonight. That's at 7:15. Tickets for those finals will cost you $23. And this weekend is your last chance to enjoy Zoo Boo. The Indianapolis Zoo offers a family-friendly Halloween celebration complete with decorations, photo ops in front of the animal exhibits, and of course, plenty of candy for the kids. Zoo Boo hours are from 2 to 7 p.m. Tomorrow is the last day. Well, you've heard about it, Apple Pay. It's generating a lot of interest because it allows you to pay for items with your new iPhone 6. 250,000 stores are now accepting it as a payment system. And Eyewitness News reporter Carrie Klein shows us how this Apple Pay works.
Paying for your quarter pounder with cheese, fries, and a Coke just got a whole lot easier. McDonald's has now joined 250,000 other retailers to offer Apple Pay. No more spending time rummaging through your wallet, looking for cash or a card, and then waiting on your transaction. If you have an Apple iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, your transaction is now as easy as a wave of the phone.
I would place my order. I would tell him I wanted to pay with Apple Pay. He would do his thing, and I would just hold my finger on the button and swipe it right across the card reader there.
And within seconds, your meal is paid for quickly and securely. Local McDonald's restaurants say they were eager to launch the technology to meet the customer demand for even more convenience.
Honestly, I think it was just to give our customers more options. You know, it's an easy way to pay, and I don't know, for me, I would feel a little bit safer. Because I know I never forget my phone when I leave the house, but I forget my wallet a lot. So,
yes.
You know, you can't do a whole lot if you've got your wallet at home.
To get started with Apple Pay, again, you must first have the Apple iPhone 6 or 6 Plus. Then you use the Passbook feature to load your credit cards into the phone and choose one as the default go-to card. Then you can switch between cards as needed. Technology experts say the process is very secure.
You know, they have to have their fingerprint on the button to make sure that they know it's theirs. So I can't take somebody else's phone and go swipe it.
Another security feature to tell you about, when you load the card into your phone, Apple Pay has a system that encrypts the card number so you're not actually putting your account information out there for others to get a hold of. And finally, if you want to use Apple Pay, you're going to have to download the latest software upgrade, iOS 8.1. Reporting from downtown, Carrie Klein, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Carrie, thank you. More fallout from the surprise inspection of school buses in Anderson. Next on Weekend Sunrise, why the district says they may cancel their contract with the transportation company.
And it is a mild start all across central Indiana. 53 in Crawfordsville, 55 in Rockville, 56 in Greenwood from our WeatherBug network. I'll let you know how warm it gets today and even warmer by Monday. Details coming up on Weekend Sunrise.
Starting to get hot up today. I think they've had these shoes for about 2 or 3 years. Yeah. They've had these shoes for about 2 or 3 months, but I haven't fit in them for the first time until like last weekend. Oh, amazing. That's why I held off sitting in them. Yeah. So I was like, I'll get fired. You made it to that's what we're doing. We won't see the next weekend or anything after that, but we can after that. Fall asleep. Exactly. I have my little
Breaking news, new information about the spread of Ebola across the globe. Coming up, how many people the World Health Organization now says have been infected with the virus. Plus, a terrifying bus crash with dozens on board this morning. What the company is ruling out as a cause for that accident.
And we do have some cloud coverage, even a few sprinkles this morning. Right now, live Doppler 13 radar is dry. I'll let you know the rest of your weekend forecast coming up.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Weekend Sunrise starts now.
Good morning to you. Welcome to Weekend Sunrise. It's 8:30 on your Saturday morning. Naomi Peskovitz here with Kelly Green. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and you'll want to enjoy it because by the time Halloween rolls around, we'll be dipping again.
Yes, we'll be talking about below normal temperatures.
Okay, of course, in time for Halloween, all the trick-or-treaters.
Right, yes, gosh, last year it was so soggy. We had thunderstorms, over 2 inches of rain for last Halloween. This year looks to be different. We'll keep our fingers crossed, and I'll have details on that Halloween forecast coming up in a few minutes. But right now, let's focus on this weekend. Just perfect conditions. We do have some clouds around, and all of those will begin to thin out as we head into the later hours this morning and on into the afternoon. So a little bit of clouds overhead right now from our HD Skycam, but it's mild, 53 degrees. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 8 miles per hour, so we'll see that southerly breeze really help warm us up. Here's a live look from our Plainfield cam. Still some clouds overhead there as well, but again, those clouds will continue to thin out as we head into the later hours this morning. 57 is the current temperature in Muncie, 55 in Greensburg, 53 in Marion, and still 50 degrees right now in Lafayette. Future Track 13 keeps the clouds around this morning, and then as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see the clouds thinning out. More sunshine by later this afternoon, and those winds will be out of the southwest, and that will help temperatures climb quickly today. And we'll see temperatures climbing to, actually that's not right. Let me go ahead and fast forward through that. Temperatures will climb to 73 degrees today, 70 for Sunday, and the warm spell will continue on Monday with a high near 77 degrees. So we're going to continue to see these well above normal temperatures before some changes arrive. And of course, I'll have all those details coming up in just a few minutes.
And we have some breaking news for you this morning about the spread of the Ebola virus in West Africa. The World Health Organization says the number of people believed to be infected with the deadly virus has now reached about 10,000 people. WHO says of those infected, nearly half of them have died. And we've learned a second healthcare worker with Doctors Without Borders is in quarantine this morning after returning to New Jersey from West Africa. Officials say the woman had no symptoms of Ebola when she arrived at the Newark airport. Emergency crews took her to Newark University Hospital for a state-mandated quarantine because she'd recently been treating Ebola patients in West Africa. Officials say she developed a fever last night and is being evaluated in isolation at the hospital. She is the first person in New Jersey to be placed in state-mandated quarantine. Meanwhile, 2 healthcare workers who contracted the disease while trying to treat Thomas Eric Duncan in Dallas, they are doing much better this morning. In fact, 26-year-old Nina Pham returned home overnight after she was cleared by medical staff in Maryland. Here's a picture of her plane landing in Fort Worth. That was late last night. And here she is just moments later with her father at her side as Texas health officials hand her a set of scrubs signed by all of her coworkers. As she was released yesterday, Pham thanked all those who cared for her. That included a Hoosier native and Ebola survivor, Dr. Kent Brantley.
I would especially like to thank Dr. Kent Brantley for his selfless act of donating plasma to me.
And fellow nurse Amber Vinson is also said to be making good progress in her treatment for Ebola. Her doctors say tests no longer detect the virus in her blood. She is still in the hospital. A release time for her has not been set. Well, members of Congress are tearing into the U.S. response to Ebola. In a House hearing, members criticized the handling of people returning from areas of Africa where the Ebola outbreak is prevalent. Some Congress members called for a mandatory 21-day quarantine before you'd be allowed to board a plane and return to the U.S. Health officials assured Congress a large-scale outbreak is unlikely. They blame flaws in the medical response and lack of education about the Ebola virus. Indiana University staff and volunteers from West Africa met this week to explain Ebola to the public. Experts said that just because some Americans have the virus, it does not mean we have an outbreak.
And there's a difference between having cases of Ebola and having an outbreak of Ebola. And that is such an important distinction. You know, the CDC, Dr. Frieden, he said, look, we're going to see cases. And he was right. And we knew that. What we aren't going to have here is an outbreak.
Instead, the speaker stressed the dangers of the flu and enterovirus. Well, Megabus is responding to claims made in a lawsuit against the company after an accident on I-65. Megabus says it's premature for anyone to comment on the cause of the accident while the investigation is ongoing. But the company says it has, quote, no reason to believe that faulty wipers caused or contributed to the happening of this accident. An IUPUI student along with 4 Chicago residents are suing Megabus for the October 14th crash. The bus tipped over near Greenwood. 48 people were on board. The Anderson Community School District has scheduled a meeting with Weber Transportation for early next month. The district is considering terminating 25 bus contracts with the company. Superintendent Terry Thompson says the district may cancel the contract, citing incompetency, negligence, and failure to faithfully perform school bus driver duties under contract. State police pulled 29 buses off their routes on Wednesday after they failed to pass inspection. The Indianapolis School Board race is getting more attention than usual, and it's also bringing in a lot more cash. 10 candidates are vying for 3 seats. All told, they've raised more than $160,000. Most of that comes from local donors, but some of the money comes from national supporters, like, for example, the founders of LinkedIn. And you can see more about races around the state by checking out our Decision 2014 election guide. It's on WTHR.com. You'll find that all under Hot Topics. And switching gears now to the weather. What a great day it will be today and tomorrow too.
Absolutely.
Great.
All the way through Monday, really, we're going to enjoy these beautiful fall conditions. And right now, we still have some cloud coverage, so it seems a little cloudy this morning, but we'll see those clouds decreasing as we head into the afternoon. I'll have all those details, including the Halloween forecast, coming up.
And an easy way to protect yourself from identity theft next on Weekend Sunrise, where you can go for today's Community Shred It Day. Well, welcome back. There's a simple step you can take this morning to protect your identity. Channel 13 is partnering with Crime Stoppers for Community Shredded Day. And Weekend Sunrise reporter Steve Jefferson is live outside the WTHR studios to tell us how you can join this morning. Steve.
Yeah, good morning, Naomi. You know, identity theft is a multi-billion-dollar industry for those people who are looking to do no good with your personal information. Community Shredded Day today from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at the WTHR studios and several other sites around the metropolitan area. We have those sites on our website. Now, during Community Shred Day, you can drop off things like your electronics, your laptops, your cell phones, keyboards, computer screens. All of this will be actually shredded by technology recyclables, so this will go in a huge shredder and it will be done away with, so even your personal information on your electronics will be safe. You can also bring out your personal documents, a box like this for a $5 donation, that money going to Crime Stoppers. This will be shredded on the spot at each location. You know that pre-approval junk mail that you get, you need to get rid of it. It needs to be shredded, simply because in the wrong hands, someone can actually use your identity. Now, Shredded is possible thanks to Shred Day is possible thanks to Shredded. Joining us now is LaMonica Costello. Let's talk about what happens to people's personal information once it goes inside the trucks you see behind us.
Everything is shredded each location. They're on site, bit-sized pieces, taken back to our office and baled into big paper bales. Virtually impossible to get into the wrong hands.
Okay, and you use this shredded paper to recycle the information, the paper actually that's going in the machines?
Yes, everything you bring out is recycled, made into other recycled products, and so you're doing good for the environment as well.
Okay, and exactly how shredded is the personal information? Because we have people who come through and they actually want to see their personal documents, their checkbooks, their junk mail actually being shredded in the machines.
Absolutely. It's about the size of your fingernail by the time it goes through there.
Okay, so impossible for somebody to get a hold of your information.
Impossible.
All right, thank you, LaMonica Costello with Shredded. Again, Shred Day is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This year, we will be giving out, as part of our Blue Pledge program, blue light bulbs like this. We have about 500 at each location, so you can get a free blue light bulb as part of the pledge, and we also are giving away the pledge stickers to go in your window as well. Again, we have a limited number of light bulbs. Each location will have a makeshift drive-through. You don't even have to get up your car. We have volunteers at each location to help you unload your personal documents for shredding. Again, Shred Day, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today only, and again, you can help keep your personal information out of the hands of identity thieves. Back to you, Naomi.
All right, Steve, thank you so much for that report. We'll see you there in a bit. And Kelly, it looked like he was wearing a jacket, but he didn't look cold, so that's a good sign.
It's actually very mild for this time of year. Temperatures are running more than 10 degrees above the average. Wow. We actually had a few sprinkles earlier this morning on Live Doppler 13 radar, but it is quiet and dry. We still have some clouds, and those will continue to thin out as we head into the afternoon. So we are tracking sunny and warm conditions, unseasonably warm for this time of year. Rain will also return, but not until Tuesday. We're also, of course, tracking some cooler temperatures that will finish off the work week. In the meantime, focusing on this morning, what a beautiful start from our Crawfordsville cam. Check out the gorgeous fall colors, and we still have a few clouds that are around in Crawfordsville, starting to thin out in Connorsville as well. So we're going to enjoy sunshine later this afternoon, but all in all, we'll start off with these clouds this morning all across central Indiana, as you can see here from all of our WeatherBug network. Future Track 13 shows the clouds around, even those sprinkles that were already pushing off to the southeast. The clouds thin out this afternoon, and we'll see brilliant fall sunshine. Temperatures today responding nicely to that nice sunshine today. Temperatures will be climbing into the low 70s, unseasonably warm with sunny skies later this afternoon, and breezes will be out of the west-northwest later on this afternoon. Highs top out around 71 degrees in Lafayette, 70 degrees in Peru, 74 in Nashville, 73 in North Vernon, and 70 degrees the high in Richmond. Temperatures tonight only falling to 44 degrees, which is actually on track for normal for this time of year. Light breezes out of the west-northwest with those clear skies. And then as we head into tomorrow, another gorgeous fall day. Temperatures will climb to 70 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Another bright, beautiful fall day. Now, throughout the day on Sunday, here's a look at Future Track 13. It is quiet and dry all the way into Monday afternoon. We'll start to see some clouds moving in on Monday as a warm front lifts through. The cold front will arrive on Tuesday. At this time, still to be determined as to when the arrival of that will happen. Future Track 13 right now has it coming early Tuesday morning. That may slow down a bit, so we'll continue to track that for you as well. Now, looking towards the end of the week, Halloween looks like it should be dry right now, but it is going to be cool. We'll see some cooler air wrapping in. We'll also see some breezy winds on Halloween, but the good news is it should be dry. Unlike last year where we had a very stormy, wet Halloween, the Indianapolis airport had a record rainfall of over 2 inches of rain. So a little bit better for this year at least. 73 degrees the high for today, down to 44 tomorrow morning, high of 70 degrees on Sunday, warmer yet for Monday. Check it out, 77 degrees. And then as we head into Tuesday, we are tracking those showers and thunderstorms, high of 69, and then cooler air starts to move in behind that cold front. Highs will be in the upper 50s for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then as we get into Friday, Halloween, temperatures only climb to 51. But again, right now we are tracking dry conditions for Halloween and sunny and breezy conditions as well.
Dry is good, but it seems like we always get that dip right when all those kids are going to be out there
to wear the coats covering up the cute costumes.
I know, or maybe just wear something underneath it. Either way, at least it should be dry, which is a good start. And get outside and enjoy maybe some pumpkin patching or carving this weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, jewelry, computers, even a high-priced designer purse, all up for bid next week in a huge auction. It's all from the Indianapolis International Airport. It includes hundreds of lost and found items. This morning, we get a sneak peek.
Next Thursday morning, we're having an auction here at the Indianapolis International Airport of unclaimed items left in the terminal. We're also selling surplus equipment and vehicles and so forth for the airport. We have actual real jewelry, we have costume jewelry, every kind of sunglasses you would ever want, some wine that they couldn't get through security. So we have a Louis Vuitton purse, we have wallets, we have laptop computers, iPads, Kindles, the Hughes satellite receiver, tools, gift items. Those are things left in the terminal. There are helmets, bicycle helmets, there are hard hats, there are tool belts where the policemen hang all their billy clubs and all that stuff on there. There are forklifts, there are used vehicles, there's a Dixie chopper mower. You know, just a variety of things, really something for everybody.
All right, well, now I know what happened to all that stuff I accidentally left on the plane that one time. The auction is next Thursday morning at a warehouse right near the airport. We have all the details for you on WTHR.com. Just click on Hot Topics. Well, we are less than a week away from Halloween, and there are plenty of events happening this weekend to get you in the spirit. Today, Carmel is hosting its annual Pumpkin Fest. The kids' costume parade, that starts at 4:30. Then there will be plenty of entertainment, trick-or-treating, and of course prizes for best costumes. Then at 6:30, more than 1,000 pumpkins will be lit up for the Great Illumination. The event kicks off this afternoon outside Carmel City Hall. And Clay Terrace is once again offering some family-friendly Halloween fun at its second annual Boo and Brew Fall Festival. Adults can enjoy a variety of local craft beers, and then for the kids, there will be silly safari animal shows, face painting, balloon artists, hay rides, and trick-or-treating at several stores. Even your pets can get in on the fun with a pet costume party. It all happens today from 2 to 6 at Clay Terrace. Well, the high school playoffs begin with some key matchups across the area. Here's Dave Calabro with a look at what's next in sports.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Calabro. Guess what? It's time for Operation Football. The Cathedral Cheerleaders are here. Be right back. Stay with us.
I'm Gary Dick, and here's what's topping Indiana business news headlines this week. Some 350 economic development, transportation, and political leaders took part in an I-69 regional summit in Bloomington this week. Much of the discussion focused on the economic potential of that major transportation artery and ways to fund the final phases of the interstate in Indiana. A congressional panel expressed optimism that federal funding can be found to do it. Columbus-based Cummins is expanding its global technical education efforts for women. As part of its Technical Education for Communities program, the engine manufacturer has announced a partnership with Schneider Electric and one of the oldest colleges in Turkey. Indianapolis-based The Finish Line has named Sam Sato president. He's been with the company since 2007, previously served as president of its Finish Line brand. Kokomo's new Prospect League baseball team will be called the Jackrabbits. The name harkens back to the Apperson Jackrabbit, a car produced in the city in the early 1900s. And we'll have all of the week's business news, including details on the future of the I-69 expansion. That's tomorrow morning at 11, right here on Channel 13. I'm Gary Dick. Go out and make it a successful weekend.
Operation Football on Eyewitness News is brought to you by Marsh, Reed Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Ray Skillman Automotive, and powered by the IHSAA.
You have to want it more than they do. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Operation Football. I'm Dave Calabro. They are the Cathedral cheerleaders. We're going to cheer in just a minute. Let's jump on board Chopper 13 and check out some highlights with some skylights last night. Let's take off from downtown Indianapolis on an absolutely perfect night for a flight. How about that view? Look at the sunset. Not a bad way to spend a Friday night, huh? As the sun sets, we head all the way to West Lafayette. These kids were ready for some Operation Football. Yorktown in town and driving. Riley Neal on the QB keeper. This game tied at 21. Just before the half, Yorktown driving again, but Spencer Ronchetto with the pickoff at the goal line. Third quarter, Yorktown is back again. Carson Moore with a catch. He shakes free with some speed down the sidelines, down to the 4-yard line. Riley Neal keeps it again. Yorktown goes on the road for the playoff victory, 48-35. Let's head back down the road to Boone County. The Lebanon Tigers taking on Chittard. And wow, NFL Films in town shooting a feature. The Tigers were hungry for the upset. You always got to keep those Tigers fed. The Tigers defense dining. Grady Robertson with a big tackle on Justin Lindsay. But that was about it for Lebanon. Chittard tames the Tigers 34-0 as the Trojans go on the road for the big victory. On this perfect fall night, let's follow the headlines from the combines and fly over to North Montgomery. Western Boone bringing some serious defense. Weibo with the sack attack as they survive and hold on. 27-26 they get the win. And let's hope for more amazing weather next week for Operation Football Skylights. All right, here we go. Time to announce the 5 finalists for the Operation Football Spirit Award that we give out each and every year. Here are your 5 finalists. Fishers, New Pal, Avon, Hamilton Southeastern, and Decatur Central have made it to the final round. We'll announce the winner of the big trophy next Friday night on Operation Football. Time for Cheerleaders of the Week from Cathedral. Ladies, take it away.
Ready? We are the Irish, the blue, gold, and white. Champions again, be ready for a fight. C-A-T-H-E-D-R-A-L, the Fighting Irish, we will excel. It's Friday night, the time is late. Cathedral football will see you at state. Irish.
Nice job, Irish, on Operation Football on the Saturday morning. We're We're going to give them a bunch of T-shirts. They were so good. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Dave Calabro. Go to our website, WTHR.com, for more Operation Football. Have a great Saturday. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Say bye.
All right, Dave, thank you. And there were some other big games around the state as well. Rich Nye takes us to Noblesville, where number 1 Carmel looks for their 10th straight win against Noblesville.
Shock the world! Let's go, Millers! Noblesville trying to shock the world with an upset of number 1 ranked Carmel.
Sectionals, baby, we're going to go all the way. We got to do our job, finish one game at a time, baby.
The Millers lead the Greyhounds 6-0 on a pair of field goals by Andrew Little. But that was all for Noblesville. Isaac James gives Carmel a 7-6 halftime lead on a touchdown run to the corner of the end zone. Right in the direction of Purdue coach Darrell Hazel, checking out the talent.
The Greyhounds have not lost a game since last year's state championship game. And that 1-point loss has the Greyhounds motivated to get back to Lucas Oil Stadium.
They happy that they down 1 point. We ain't happy at all. At all.
Chris Perkins scored a pair of third-quarter touchdowns. Carmel pulls away 28-6. Rich is handsome. Rich is handsome. The Hounds host Fishers next Friday. Purple lights hang on the trees at the beautiful new Guerin Catholic Stadium. Say hello to the beautiful Pat McAfee show. The Colts punter watched the Golden Eagles take the lead over Lawrenceburg on an Evan Hansen 34-yard third-quarter touchdown. Jordan Kaufman picked off Matt Labus to give the Tigers a chance to stay in the game. But Labus made up for his turnover with a 15-yard touchdown run. Guerin Catholic moves on in the sectional 28-13. I'm Rich Nye, Operation Football.
Good. And with that.
All right, Rich, thank you. And Channel 13 is your home for the Pat McAfee Show. This week, a special guest stopped by. 5-time Olympic gold medalist Nastya Lukin was here and tested Pat's gymnastics knowledge.
A little known fact about me.
Yeah.
I'm a closet gymnastics fan.
Are you?
Yep,
I don't know
time.
if I trust you.
I am. It's all I watch all day.
Can we maybe test your skills?
I think we could, and I'm excited. I've been preparing for years for this moment.
Since which year?
Probably 1987, the year I popped out of my mother. Let's go ahead and make this happen.
So, who is this?
It looks like a child.
All right, and you can check out the Pat McAfee Show only on Channel 13 tonight at 7:30. Well, the possibility of an active shooter is all too real here in the U.S. Coming up, how local law enforcement is preparing today to keep you safe if that situation ever happened right here in Indianapolis.